이스라엘의 대규모 공습이 이어지면서 가자지구의 기독교 공동체 역시 안전하지 않은 상황입니다. 교회 건물이 파괴됐고 피난길에 목숨을 잃은 크리스천들도 있다고 합니다. 이스라엘에서 취재 중인 조지 토마스 기자가 자세한 소식 전해드립니다.
As you mentioned, it's a Greek Orthodox church, and I reached out to the IDF today to get some specifics in terms of did they intentionally target the church, and if so, why? And I got a response very, very quickly from the IDF, and they said they categorically did not target this church. However, according to them, there was a Hamas operative in an adjacent building who was using his building to build rockets, build bombs, and so the Israelis had a targeted attack. The IDF, in fact, sent me video showing the location of the church and showing the target that they hit and the resulting impact. And at least from the IDF's point of view, that this was what they were targeting, not the church. And as a result, collateral damage is what they said in the process of hitting that particular target. It looks like the annex, perhaps the office area of the church, was destroyed, and in the process, the report is, at least from the Ministry of Health in Gaza, is that 18 Christians sadly lost their lives.
이스라엘은 공습을 앞두고 가자지구 주민들에게 공격을 피해 북부 지역으로 떠나라고 거듭 경고했습니다. 그러나 하마스가 떠나려는 주민들에게 총격을 가하며 길을 막는다는 소식이 들려오고 있습니다.
Yeah, it's a playbook that is quite used across the radical Islamic world, whether it's Hamas, Hezbollah, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, ISIS, Boko Haram, Al Qaeda, Al Shabaab, you name it. It's all the same. They use the same playbook, using innocent men, women, and children, and in many cases, you've seen it in the conflicts over the last, 10-15 years, as we have waged this war against radical Islam. These terrorist groups quite often use government buildings, they use hospitals, they use churches, they use mosques, schools, you name it, apartment buildings. I mean, I saw it when I was in Gaza, the level to which they go to. In fact, when Jonathan and I were filming in Gaza, our hotel, we were in essence human shields. Why? Because almost every night we could see Hamas operatives at the bottom in the garage parking lot. They would be assembling the rockets, and they would shoot them off in the evening. So this is a very popular playbook.
한편 하마스는 이스라엘 시민들에게 무차별 공격을 가하고 있습니다.
Yeah, sadly, Wendy, I've been covering pretty much most of the wars over the last 25 years, from Afghanistan to Iraq to Syria to Ukraine to the last Israel-Hamas war. And Wendy, sadly, these are images that I have come across many a times. The beheading of women, children, grandparents, the point-blank assassination of people shot in the head, shot in the face, women and children burned to death, hacked to death. But there was this one moment in the film where a Hamas terrorist calls his mother and father, and I assume they were in the Gaza Strip, and he called them, in essence, really just exhilarated what he had just done. He told them that he had killed 10 Jews that day, and he was so proud of it. It was just hard to imagine, hard to even hear what he was saying. But again, this goes back to the sort of ideology within a strain of Islam that truly believes that Jews should be exterminated from the face of this earth, that Christians should be terminated wherever they are. Sadly, it's a message that resonates with a good portion of the Muslim world, not all of them, but a good portion of the Muslim world. And as a result of this, today hundreds of thousands of Gazans are suffering, not because of Israel's military operations in the Gaza Strip. They are suffering because of Hamas. We need to be clear about that. There is a lot of suffering today in the Gaza Strip, and it is not because of the IDF. It's because Hamas continues to use these men, women, and children as human shields. It's a very, very unfair, brutal, and horrific way to conduct military operations.
하마스가 가자지구 주민들을 인간 방패로 삼는 가운데 주민들의 안전은 계속해서 위협당하고 있습니다.